Heather, did you leave Haley with Susan again today? Why didn't you drop her off at school?
Oh, hey, Laura. Haley doesn't have school today. Instead, there are parent conferences all day. I don't have anywhere to leave her for the day, so I left her at Susan's. It's a great opportunity for Haley to bond with her grandmother, too.
But they already have a great relationship. They have spent a lot of time together throughout Haley's life. I mean, Susan practically raised her for the entire 7 years of her life. And I told you before, Susan's physical condition hasn't been so good lately. I think her age is starting to show. The other day, she told me that her joints have been hurting her. She said walking up and down the stairs and running around with Haley is painful. And even peeling and cutting an apple is difficult now. And those parent-teacher conferences are held twice a year, aren't they? And I'm sure they aren't mandatory to attend. You could have skipped this one and gone during the second half of the school year.
How can you give me advice on what to do with my kid when you yourself have never given birth to one of your own? Oh, that's right. The doctors say you'll be infertile for the rest of your life, right? So I guess you'll never be able to understand.
Heather, how could you talk like that about my condition? You know how sensitive I am about it. Are you finished speaking so cruelly? Anyway, your daughter is actually at our house right now. Susan said she is just in too much pain and not feeling well enough to take care of her today. So she came and dropped Haley off here.
Wow. You know how gentle, calm, and sweet my Haley is. How could she possibly be too much for Susan to handle on her own? I guess I can't trust that old bag of bones to watch Haley either from now on.
Oh my God, Heather. What is wrong with you today? Bag of bones? How could you call her that?
Well, that's what she is, isn't she? Obviously, she's no spring chicken if she can't babysit her 7-year-old granddaughter on her own anymore.
She practically has been raising your kid. Give the poor woman a break, Heather. I wasn't planning on saying anything, but your behavior has been a bit strange lately. You've been a bit harsh. More than usual. Is there something going on that's stressing you out?
My behavior? What about my behavior? You know, Laura, maybe before you start going around and judging other people's behaviors, you should assess the way you talk and your crappy social skills. If you keep this up, you'll lose the few friends you have.
Whatever. If my friends acted anything as you do, I'd be relieved if we didn't hang out anymore. The value of your personal relationships is more important than the quantity, Heather. And I've got better things to do with my life than worry about ticking someone off by being honest and saying things as they are. Anyway, we'll feed your daughter for you. For the record, she is incredibly picky and a pain in the butt to keep happy. So I hope you'll come and get her soon.
Hi, Laura. I wanted to thank you for watching Haley and Susan's place today. I bet it wasn't easy.
Oh, hi, Gerald. No worries. It wasn't difficult at all. Poor Susan was the one who really was suffering and needed a break. I just fed Haley and played with her for a bit until she was picked up. It wasn't hard for me at all. Don't worry about it.
It's a bit embarrassing to show this side of me, but I feel like I need to vent about something. It's so frustrating to see how ungrateful and miserable that Heather is. And here she is raising up a kid to be just the same. And the way she goes and wastes her husband's hard-earned money as if it grows on trees. It just ticks me off even more.
Oh, no, Gerald. You have no reason to apologize. I completely understand how you feel and why you're feeling that way. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. We've all got to vent a little sometimes.
Actually, I've been so swamped with work lately that I haven't been able to check in on my wife properly lately. How has Susan been doing? Does she seem to be getting along all right without me there?
Yes, she's all right, but, well, actually, she's been saying that her joints have gotten a lot worse lately. Even making the slightest movements hurts. Maybe it's because she is starting to get a bit more advanced in age. She told me that it even hurts to give Haley a quick hug. And she says she feels like she has less than this energy each day.
Maybe I should call the doctor and see if he can have some medicines made up for her at the pharmacy.
That might be a good idea. But please don't bother telling Heather about it or ask her to go to the pharmacy to pick up a prescription. You know, she'll just whine and squawk about it. I'll give the doctor a call for you. And I'll go down to the pharmacy to pick up anything he might prescribe. I'll take care of it.
Thank you so much, Laura. As soon as I finish all my work here, I'll be on the first plane back to New York to take care of her myself. Until then, please take good care of her for me.
Of course. Don't worry about a thing. Have a good night. My goodness. Thank you so much, Laura. I'm quite embarrassed to have to be depending so much on you like this, but I'm really so grateful for your help. I'll hurry up and get better soon, so you don't have to waste your time taking care of me anymore. Oh, Susan, please, there's no need to feel embarrassed. It's in no way a waste of time. It's my pleasure. After all, I'm your daughter-in-law. It's only right that I help you when you need it. And besides, who else is going to help you if I don't? Still, it must not be easy taking care of an old lady like me. Yet, you're always so bright and cheerful and smiling. Come to think of it, I don't think I ever saw you frown before during all the years I've known you. Not even once. Well, Susan, we both know how much you helped me out and how well you treated me in the past. So it really is my pleasure to return the favor now. When my own mother was so sick, you helped us pay her hospital bills and even took care of me when I was sick with worry about everything. The whole time then and even now, I have always thanked God for blessing me with such a wonderful mother-in-law. And besides, none of this has been tiring or a burden at all. As long as you get better, I'll be happy. Well, I can't say the same about that other daughter-in-law of mine, but I know I really struck gold when you joined the family. I just wish that Heather would help you out every once in a while. What in the world is that other one doing? I've been in this hospital for almost a month now. She hasn't shown her face here at all. Not even once. Yeah, I know. I guess she has just been really busy lately. Busy doing what? I am sure she has some free time to come and visit with my son and granddaughter. Instead, she is using that free time to go out and play around with her friends. I know her priorities very well enough by now. I've been in here sick as a dog. Heck, I may even die here. And that wench is running around apathetically. I bet she is just waiting for me to die so that she can see what she gets out of me. Oh, Susan, please don't talk like that. You're gonna get better and you'll be out of here real soon. Do you really want to see Heather and Haley and Matt? If you'd like, I'll talk to Heather and try to get her to make time to come here. No, Laura. As long as you are here, I'm fine. Having both you and my husband here to help me, that's all the blessings I need. Aw, Susan, that just brightened my day. Okay, don't forget that you have an exam tomorrow, so make sure they don't feed you anything there tonight. Remember what the doctor said? You're supposed to fast. Yes, although my body is breaking down more and more as we speak, my memory and hearing are still good. Of course I remember what he said. Okie dokie. Then I'll make sure that I get there tomorrow morning before they take you for the exam. The treatment today was rough, wasn't it? Try to relax and get some more sleep, okay? I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh my God, Laura. What's with all these phone calls from you? Don't you know how busy I am these days? And if I obviously am too busy to answer the phone, why don't you just text me? Do you really have no sense or manners? Seriously, you need to get some therapy for those awful social skills of yours.
So I'm still the one with the poor manners and social skills, huh? Did you know that Susan has been in the hospital for the past month?
Yeah, of course I heard. So what?
So what? So why haven't you gone with your husband and daughter to visit her? Actually, next week it'll be 2 months since she was admitted. I can't believe you never once went and visited your mother-in-law. Or you could have at least given her a call. And I'm the one with no manners or social skills. Really?
Oh, come on, Laura. You should really stop pretending to be so sickeningly warm-hearted and innocent all the time. Why are you freaking out so much about this? Sheesh, look at you acting all fierce and barking your head off at me again today.
Barking? I am in no way barking, Heather. I am speaking very logically to you right now. Although it seems like you are having trouble understanding reason and logic, so I guess it all may sound like barking to you. Susan was always so nice to us in the past and treated us both very well as if we were her own children. And this is how you're repaying her?
You say she was good to me? You mean by bringing over those crappy Tupperware containers full of her homemade slop? You know how annoying it was to have to throw those out all the time?
What? Everyone always says her cooking is delicious. And it is! Did you really throw all of that out?
Ugh. And those awful sweaters she would knit for me and Matt. Just terrible. They smelled awful too. I think she might have been storing her yarn in her cat's litter box or something. And after Haley was born, she made all sorts of smelly knitted junk for her too. Ugh, everything that came from her in her decrepit house always stunk to high heavens. And you know how sensitive I've always been to odors. So of course, I always had to throw everything she gave us away.
Are you proud of that?
Proud? No, it was a pain in the neck. But anyway, you better deflate that big head of yours, Laura. It seems to me like you think you're the first daughter-in-law in line here. You better stop trying to lecture and teach me like you're my mom or something.
Wait, what? In line? What are you talking about? And I'm not trying to lecture or teach you anything.
Enough with the whole innocent act, Laura. I know darn well you're sticking like glue to Susan because you have high hopes that by doing so, you'll get more out of the old lady's will. You know how loaded she is, don't you? Her own parents were millionaires in the past. And I heard that she never trusted the bank with her money, so she always kept it hidden away in a safe at home. Her will is going to be chock full of land deeds, gold and bars, the whole 9 yards. It'll all be worth a fortune. So, want to make a bet? What would you like to wager? It's quite obvious that I am going to get most or all of that fortune. After all, I am the one married to the eldest son. So really, Laura, stop trying so hard. There's no reason to. It'll all be in vain. You poor thing. There you've been, breaking your back over taking care of that old lady, and you're probably just gonna get breadcrumbs or maybe even nothing at all for your deeds. It's clear as day that Matt and I will be receiving most or all of her assets. And you know very well how much Susan always favored my husband, her eldest son, over your husband. I'm sure he's told you. So, once again, Laura, you might as well give up. Stay home and just relax. You have no reason to care for Susan anymore. Just let the nurses at the hospital do their jobs, okay?
Wow. You really are lower than I ever thought you were. Lower than dirt. Sorry to burst your bubble, Heather, but I really don't give a flying fluff regarding whether or not Susan leaves me anything in her will. Do you know how morbid it is to even be talking about any of this right now while the poor woman is lying sick in the hospital?
Oh, really, Laura? Give up the act. Are you trying to win an Academy Award or something? Fine, go ahead and continue being the old lady's keeper if that's what you really want to do. Later on, after the old lady croaks, maybe, just maybe, I'll reward you for your struggles and share a penny or two with you.
I really thought I'd be able to get through to you one of these days, and your disgusting and shameful way of thinking would change. But I guess that'll never happen. Anyways, I really don't care about wills or inheritance. I genuinely hope that Susan gets well enough to be discharged soon and lives for much longer. Stop living like this, Heather. It's embarrassing and pathetic.
What does it matter to you how I think and what I do? You better stop messaging me now. Stop interrupting my beauty sleep. Hey, Susan. Long time no talk. How are things?
Well. Look what the cat dragged in. I thought you were dead. I guess you're not. And you have the nerve to ask, how are things, when you know darn well that I've been sick in the hospital?
Oh my, it looks like I've upset you. I'm sorry, Susan. Life became pretty crazy for me too. I've been way too busy to even think about going to the hospital. But even still, thank goodness we have instant messaging, right? So I'm messaging you now. You understand my difficult circumstances, don't you?
Whatever. I don't want to hear your excuses anymore. And honestly, I didn't give a hoot whether you came to visit me or not. But anyway, if you're still so busy, why are you taking the time out of your so-called busy schedule to bother me now? What do you want this time, Heather?
Oh, wow. Susan, I guess you must be quite sick. Are you not getting any better yet?
What do you care whether I get better or sicker? Ah, that's right. I bet you're hoping I die in this place soon so that you can get your grubby gold-digging hands on my money. You're probably praying that I kick the bucket any moment now.
Oh my God, Susan! Is that what you think? How hurtful. It seems you really do see me as being an awful daughter-in-law. I am so insulted.
Did you honestly ever think that I would have any reason to see you in a better light? No, cut the crap, Heather. Why did you finally contact me now? What do you want?
Looks like you know me very well, Susan. You can read me like a book. I have a question about that safe you've got stashed away in your room. I'd like to open it and have a look inside. Would you be a dear and let me know where the key is? I hope you can remember.
What? Why the hell would I let you have the key to my safe?
Well, you know, if there was ever an emergency like a fire or something at the house, someone would need to take care of the safe and its contents. As the wife of your eldest son, shouldn't I be the one entitled with taking care of it for you? So it'd be good if I know where the key is in advance. Don't you agree?
Why the hell would you ever think that you're entitled to taking care of the safe for me? Before you, I'd rather let a stray cat crossing the street or a goldfish in a bowl know the whereabouts of that key. I'd never entrust any of my prized possessions to the likes of you. So you better stop fantasizing about my death, you filthy, sneaky wench!
Geez, Susan, don't you think your language is a bit harsh right now? Do you really mean all that? And why are you getting so worked up about whatever's in that safe? It can't be worth nearly as much as like the Amazon or Facebook creator's fortune. My thinking was it's probably worth not much at all. But I figured it would still be very precious and valuable to you. That's why I offered to take care of it if anything were to happen. Why won't you just tell me where the key is?
Go on and rummage through the whole house like a desperate parasite if you want to. You won't ever be able to find it. I'm so ashamed to have a daughter-in-law like you. What did my eldest son ever see in you anyway? Don't even think about stepping foot in front of me ever again. Don't bother trying to contact me either. Susan, where have you been? We've been worried sick looking for you. You are still under surveillance at the hospital here, and you're supposed to be on bed rest. Everyone in the hospital is going crazy looking for you. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. You know my friend, Grace. She still owns that little cafe on Main Street with the garden. I always help her weed and straighten it out in the beginning of spring, and I told her I'd be back to help her again this year. I know I'm not supposed to leave the hospital, but I have never once broken a promise. I had to go and help her. She is around my age, you know. But my goodness, I had no idea that it would be in such bad shape this year. Susan, a patient as sick as you are should not be outside pulling weeds and raking leaves. Oh my God, I was so worried I was panicking. I thought I was going to need to be admitted to the hospital next. The whole time I couldn't stop thinking about how awful it would be if something happened to you out there. Oh, Laura, how blessed I am to have such a caring daughter as you are. Lately, this world has seemed so dark and cold, but you give me reason to smile and feel loved. I'm so happy that my son married you. I feel the same way, Susan. I'm so happy that you are my mother-in-law. So, have you and your friend finished tidying up the garden? Did you plant some new flowers? Well, like I said, it was in pretty bad shape, and it took a lot of effort. But we finished. I am on my way back to the hospital now. Getting some physical exercise for the first time in a while really made me feel a bit younger and more healthy again. I would like to speak with the doctor about allowing me to leave the hospital for some exercise and fresh air now and then. I think that'd be a good idea. Maybe the doctor will also think that it might be good for you to take a brief walk around the block every now and then. Anyway, I am so relieved that you're all right, but you must be very tired now. How are you getting back to the hospital? Are you sure you don't need me to come get you? Oh, yes, I am feeling quite tired after all that. Don't worry. Grace's daughter ordered and paid for an Uber for me. I'm in the car now. I'd like to apologize again for all the worry I caused you and everyone at the hospital. It's all right, Susan, as long as you remember to ask for permission from the staff next time and let them know where you're going, okay? You've got to promise me you'll do that. Pinky promise. My goodness, I'm so tired now. I guess I better take a nap as soon as I get back. Yes, Susan, please be sure to rest and take it easy for the rest of the day. Unfortunately, I have some errands, so I won't be at the hospital when you get back. I'll see you tomorrow, though.
Hey, Laura, did Susan actually escape from the hospital today? Is she all right? What a crazy old wench. Is she senile now or something?
Oh, look at you. After I read the first text, I thought you were actually starting to care about your mother-in-law's health, but the second message proved me wrong. Yes, she left to go help her friend with something. No, she is not senile. And yes, she returned by herself to the hospital safe and sound.
Oh, is that so? Well, honestly, I am a little relieved to see that she made it back to the hospital okay.
Really? Stop bluffing, Heather. We both know darn well that you were hoping she'd get herself into an accident or something out there. You're telling me you aren't disappointed that her condition didn't worsen?
Whoa, Laura, come on now. Seriously, what kind of person do you really take me for?
I take you for everything you've already shown yourself to be, Heather. And don't you know actions speak louder than words?
Laura, are you sure you can afford to continue insulting me and shutting me down like this? What if Susan were to pass away at this very moment? Wouldn't you regret it? There's no way that your share of Susan's inheritance is going to be anything more than 1 measly %. You all say I'm so greedy. But what if I actually was planning on sharing it with you?
How could you even think about the scenario of Susan dying tonight? She is doing better. She's not going anywhere. Ugh, you are so disgustingly morbid. And you're still going on saying that you are certain you'll be the biggest benefiter of her will. There is no law stating that an inheritance must go to the deceased's eldest of kin. Why are you so obsessed and delusional about this? Susan has the right to do whatever she wants with her will. Anyway, the subject makes me really uncomfortable, so please stop bringing it up all the time.
Oh, jeez. Why are you so uptight and serious? Really, you've always been such a killjoy. Fine, whatever. Go on thinking I'm so greedy and awful. Enjoy your boring, stuffy life. Susan! Where the heck did the safe in your bedroom go? I went to visit your place and say hi to your husband, and it's not there. Are you hiding the actual safe now?
Yep, yes I am. So don't bother trying to find that now either. You'll only waste your time.
What are you talking about, Mother? You're acting like I am some thief. Aren't there things like bank books, money, and other valuable things in there? What if you need me to get something out for you? You should let me know where the safe is and also where the key is, too.
You will always be so greedy and snake-like until the very end, won't you? You know, they say as time goes on and people get older, they start to become less obsessed about money and status and care more about other things, but nope. You have always and will always be the same, Heather.
No, Susan. You are completely misunderstanding me. Just tell me now, where is the safe? You have to let me know the location of the safe and the key before you pass away.
My goodness. Have my words been going in one ear and out the other? It's like I've been speaking to a brick wall this whole time. Even if you were my only daughter-in-law. No, even if you were my only biological child, I would never tell you where they are.
Susan! Really? How dare you treat me in this way? Whether you like it or not, I am still your eldest son's wife, and I did so much for you in the past. Have you forgotten everything?
What? What did you ever do for me in my past? Oh gosh, don't make me laugh. You know, it is a bit disappointing that you aren't here right now. I really would have loved to see the look on your foolish mug right now. Heather, my only wish for you is that you would just open your eyes and look in the mirror. Look and realize how terribly you've been living your life. And start living it better before it's too late. That's my last and final wish for you, Heather.
Oh, whatever. Enough with your useless old lady lectures. Just tell me where the safe and key are.
Oh my. I'm so tired now after dealing with you. I better get some sleep.
Laura! You know where it is, don't you? You better tell me right now. Where are they?
What? What the heck are you going on about now, Heather?
The missing safe and key. Where are they? I know she told you.
My. At this point, why am I even surprised? It's only been 1 week since Susan passed away. How disgusting. Look at you sniffing around like a starving rat looking for a piece of cheese. Fine, I'll tell you where they are. Here it is, Heather. It's somewhere in Yosemite National Park.
What? In Yosemite? Isn't that in California? And you don't even know the exact location. Do you know how big that place is? It's a national park on the other side of the country.
Yeah, well, it's apparently buried there somewhere. So if you want to find it so badly, why don't you take a shovel and try digging it up yourself?
Laura! You're kidding me, right? You totally tried to make a fool out of me, didn't you? You took everything out of this safe first and then sent it to your sister here, didn't you? I forgot she's a ranger at this park. Of all the psychotic and sick-minded schemes. Ha!
You are accusing me of being psychotic and sick-minded?
Yes, I am! And you even so childishly put that idiotic selfie of yourself in there.
Wow. I can't believe you actually went all the way there and found it yourself. Or did you have the Rangers help you? Well, unfortunately, Heather, there was never anything in that safe for you to begin with. Susan completely left you out of her will. Surprise, surprise. I feel kind of bad, though, for your husband and daughter. They didn't get anything either. The entire inheritance was split equally between Gerald, my husband, and me. Oh, and you know what I just heard earlier? Apparently, Gerald and your husband had a very long talk while you ran off to California. Turns out your husband has been considering filing for divorce for quite a while now. But he felt bad for putting Haley through all of that, too. Well, Gerald finally persuaded him to go through with filing the divorce. So I'd say you better hurry on back now to finish up all the arrangements and sign the papers. You see? Everyone here has grown sick and tired of your revolting ways, Heather. They don't want anything to do with you anymore.
What? No way! What trick are you trying to pull now? I'm going to sue you. I'm going to sue all of you.
Sue us? For what? What charge could you possibly bring us all into court for? If anything, you should be the one getting sued, Heather. You're too funny. Listen before you become the next old and lonely cat lady. Take a look in the mirror. You only live once, Heather, so I'd suggest that you try to start living it right. Well, we're strangers now, so I guess I shouldn't care what you do with your crappy self from now on. Get a grip and live like a proper human being. In the end, just as we all saw coming, Heather lost everything due to her greed and cockiness. Not only did she miss all chances of showing herself as a decent person and being added to Susan's will, her awfulness even caused her divorce. She got nothing from that in the end, too. Not even a penny of alimony. I decided to give her a taste of her own heartless medicine by emptying out the safe which Susan had left in my name and sending it to my sister who lives in California. My sister, Julia, is the park ranger there. After explaining everything to her superior, she actually got him and all of the staff at the park in on the prank. They buried it there, and then helped Heather find it. I wish I could have been there to see the look on her face when she saw nothing but the empty safe and my selfie in there. But I know for sure that Susan was looking down from up above and laughing and enjoying the view. Thanks so much for listening to this story. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it.